Om Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे ओम श्री हयग्रीवाय नमः। ओम श्री वल्लभा समेत श्री महागणाधिपतये नमः। We were looking at the mithyatvam of ghata-patAdi, the objective world, the mithyatvam of objective world. The anumana which was given for establishing that was Vyavartamanatvat Rajju Sarpavat. So whether this Hetu Vyavartamanatvat or Vyavartamanatvam as the cause or reason for establishing the falsity or mithyatvam of Jagat is proper or not, that is the discussion here. So Vyavartamanatvam means Nivartamanatvam, we can say. That means something which is removed or something which goes away, okay, or it is made to go away, you can say. So this something which is there when you cognize, but later on it is not there, means it is gone. It is something which is going out of your cognition also, we can say Vyavartamanatvam. Anything which is out of sight or out of cognition, whether it is sight or whatever other sense organs, then it is mithya. This is the anumana we are doing. So the Vishishtadvaitins don't accept this. They say that when you see a pot and then when you see a cloth, of course the pot cognition is gone and the cloth cognition is there now, let us say, but that doesn't mean the pot becomes mithya because of this. Just because the pot cognition is over and the cloth cognition has started, it is not similar to Rajju Sarpa, where also the snake cognition goes and the rope cognition comes, correct? So that is the argument which is going on here. Okay. So in this context, you can see here we came up to this point where, so they are arguing that at the same place and same time, this, like the snake cognition has to be negated, correct, at the same place and same time. But we are arguing that two cognitions cannot take place at the same time. So how can you say this? Okay. And but they are arguing what? The Rajvakara vritti is there, and then at that same time the vritti which negates this Rajju, correct? Sorry, the Sarpakara vritti is there, and then when the Rajvakara vritti is born, along with that the Sarpakara vritti is destroyed. Okay. Now, similarly, if you say that just because one cognition is gone, something is mithya, Brahman also will become mithya, is their argument currently. So that is where we are arguing now, because they are saying what? You have Ghatakara vritti, then you become Brahmajnani, Brahmakara vritti is there, but again when you engage in Vyavahara, the Ghatakara vritti comes back, means Brahmakara vritti is gone. So because the Brahmakara vritti goes away, Brahman also is mithya according to you. And that is not ishta for you, correct? That is not desirable for you. because anything which is any object which is cognized through mithya jnana itself is mithya. That's what we say, correct? Therefore, Brahman also will become like the Rajju Sarpa. So this is their argument. Now, then we, we say, okay, if you accept our argument, then you have to also accept that when the ghatakara vritti is there and the patakara vritti goes away, then pata will is mithya. Are you ready to agree with that? Okay, because now you are arguing, accepting our position. Of course, whether Brahman becomes mithya or not, we'll come to that. So once we say this, what think we came up to this point. So then again they go back to this what nahi ghatakara patakara cha vrittihi ekasmin kale vartate. So they are not there at the same time is what they are saying. For them, the negation to happen, both the vrittis have to be there at the same time. Okay. Then, if you talk about the same time, okay, then what? Then whatever you said about Brahman also is not like that. Then the Brahmakara vritti and Ghatakara vritti. So the Brahmakara vritti gets displaced by Ghatakara vritti. Therefore, Brahman will become mithya. You said, but now that is not at the same time. Therefore, Brahman also is not mithya. Okay. So we use their own argument against them. So Ghata, I think even this we already saw yesterday, but anyway. So Nacha Ghata Pata Vrityoho Ekasminneva Vastuni Ajatatvat Na Anyatara Jnanasya Mithyat Mithyatvam Asti Iti Vachyam. So what they are saying is what Ghata Patayoho Ekasminneva Vastuni Ajatatvat. They are not born with the same locus, you can say here Vastuni means. Therefore, they are not mithya, is their argument, but you can't say that. Why? Because then Ghata Brahma Jnanayoho api ekasmin na jatatva. And Ghata and Brahma also, Brahman, the Brahma Jnanam and Ghata Jnanam are not taking place in the same locus, we have to say, or in the same Vastu. Therefore, there is no problem. Brahman cannot become mithya. But then once we say this, what they come back and say, but Brahman is everywhere, you are saying. Therefore, he is saying, Nacha ekasminneva brahmani brahmajnanam ghatajnanam cha jatamiti vachyam. So now they are saying ekasminneva brahmani brahmajnanam ghatajnanam cha jat. The brahmajnana and ghatajnana are taking place only in one vastu. Like this, they are now coming and arguing, but that also they cannot do. Na vachyam. Why? ब्रह्माकारवृत्तेः ब्रह्मणि जातत्वेपि घटाकारवृत्तेः ब्रह्मणि अजातत्वात्. So the Brahmakara vritti is taking place in the Brahma Vastu, we can say. So the Brahma, for the Brahmakara vritti, the Vishaya is Brahman. Therefore, we can say that it is taking place in Brahman. So the Vishaya and Ashraya both are Brahman. But for the Ghatakara vritti, Ghata is the Vishaya. And Gata Vastu alone is the Ashraya. Of course, Paramparaya, we can say that Brahman is the Ashraya, but that's not the point here. In fact, that they don't also accept. So we just say that Brahmakara vritti is taking place in Brahman and Ghatakara vritti is not taking place in Brahman. So Brahmani Ajatatva. And further what we say, Nahi Vastu Antarakara vritti Udayaha. तथा सति घटेपि पटाकार वृत्ति उदय प्रसंगः. So in one vastu, another vastu's vritti cannot take place. If that is the case, then there cannot be any knowledge possible, correct? Any vritti can take place in any vastu and then it can reveal something else. It will become like that. There won't be any vyavahara possible. any cognition can happen on any object means then no knowledge itself can be established. Okay, once we say this, they come back to the Rajju Sarpa. He says, Nanu Rajjau Sarpakara Vritti Udayaha Drishyate iti Vachyam. So now they are saying, but now you are saying in one Vastu, another Vastu cannot, or another Vastu Vritti cannot take place. Okay, but then how are you seeing snake on the rope? So that is their question now. So Rajjau Sarpakara Vritti Udayaha Drishyate iti. But that also what we say, na Vachyam. Why? Tatrapi sarpa eva sarpakara vritti udayaha iti. Even there what we say, the sarpakara vritti happens only in the sarpa. Okay, once we say this, then he comes back, he says what? Nacha yeta, nacha, okay, nacha, evam atasmin tad buddhitva abhavat rajjuhu sarpajnanamapi rama eva iti vachyam. So if once we say this, that Sarpakara vritti is taking place only on the Sarpa Vastu, then what? Then it is not Adhyasa anymore. Okay. Nacha evam. So in this manner, if you say what, then atasmin tad buddhitva abhava, then you cannot say atasmin tad buddhi. That's how Bhashyakara is talking about Adhyasa. Okay. Atasmin tad buddhi abhava Rajju Rajju Sarpajnanam api Prama eva, then Rajju Sarpajnanam also will become valid knowledge. Prama, correct? That if you say that what, then we answer. That also they cannot say. Why? Rajju Sarpasya mithyAtva-deva Sat Jnanasya Brahmatvam iti Tad Jnanasya. Okay. So the Rajju Sarpa is mithya only. And therefore what? That jnana also is Brahma. It is erroneous cognition only. So once we simply state like this, they come, why, how? Then he's asking, Katham tasya mithyatvam iti. How can you say it is mithya? Okay, once they ask like that, what? Vyavartamanatvat. We go back to our original hetu. That's how the whole section started, correct? Because the sarpa jnana goes away. Vyavartamanatvat tasya. Okay, so once we come back to the Vyavartamanatvam, then they say simply Vyavartamanatva cannot be a hetu. That is the contention now for mithyatvam, correct? So we have come back to the same, we have gone in a circle, back to the same place. Okay. Now what? So abhadita, okay, abhaditartha vishaya jnanam. So abhaditartha vishayam jnanam prama. So now he is saying what is prama, what is brahma. Bhaditartha vishayam jnanam tu brahmaha iti siddhanta. So now whatever is not negated, that jnanam, correct? The cognition which is not negated and the object revealed through such cognition with such valid knowledge is we accept, correct? That an object which is revealed through a cognition which is not negated, then we accept that we have the valid knowledge of that object. But if that cognition is negated, badita, then it is Brahma. Okay, it is erroneous cognition. That cognized object also is mithya. That is the Siddhanta. Once we say this word, again they come back. What? Nacha adhyasaha nama tasmin tad buddhihi iti iti avochama iti bhashyakrit Shankaracharya vak virodaha tava iti vachyam. So now, now he is saying, see, your Bhashyakara, Shankara himself has said what? Tasmin tad buddhi is the reason for something to be mithya. Okay. But now you are saying Vyavartamanatvam and all that. Is it not? Are you not going against your own Bhashyakara? Means we say to explain something, it's not that we have to do it only in one way, correct? It can be done in multiple ways, and that doesn't mean is one is opposing the other. So he's saying manantara abhiprayena, okay, taihi tatra tatha uktatva. So there Bhashyakara is going along with whatever he is discussing different opinions about this adhyasa, and says that atasmin tadbuddhi is commonly accepted by everybody as adhyasa, whatever may be the reason and all that. Correct? So basically, he is trying to explain something in some context there, but that doesn't mean Vyavartamanatvam is not mithya prayukta. Correct? So the Vyavartamanatvam can be a prayojaka for mithyatvam. So that doesn't rule out, or it is you can't say that atasmin tadbuddhi like that. If Bhashyakara has said that is against the hetu which I am giving now, so it's not like that. He said that in one particular context. Okay, so once we say this what, then they are saying nacha katham rajju sarpa rupa padarthasya baditatvam iti vachyam. Okay, then he is asking how this rajju sarpa rupa padartha is negated. You tell me. Okay, again we say vyavartamanatva. So he is saying it is atasmin tad buddhi, therefore it is negated. Correct. But we are maintaining Vyavartamanatvam also is there, correct? Because the Sarpa Buddhi goes away. So here our author is still maintaining what Vyavartamanatva, same hetu. Okay, the Rajju Sarpa is Badita because the Sarpa Jnana goes away. But then what? Again he is asking, Katham Vyavartamanatvam. So Nacha Katham Vyavartamanatvam iti vachyam Rajju Sarpasya Rajju Sarpa Brahma Samakaalatvena Tadarthasya Tatpurvottara-kalayoho abhava. So now he's asking, how can you say that Sarpa has gone away? Then Rajju also you have to say it is gone. So Rajju Jnana also you cannot claim as Satya Jnana, correct? We will come to that in fact. That is also Itta for us only. But right now what we are dealing relatively with reference to snake and rope. So in this we say the Rajju Jnanam has to be there before the Sarpa Jnanam. And Rajju Jnanam is there after the Sarpa Jnanam also. Therefore, the Rajju is not considered to be like Sarpa. So, in the Vyavahara, we do accept that Rajju has Ajnata Sattvam, like that we say, correct? So, Ajnata Sattvam means what? Even when you do not cognize it, it is there. We provisionally accept that for the transactional world in the Vyavahara. But the Pratibhasika entities like Sarpa has only existence while you are cognizing it, correct? So it exists only when it appears or when you cognize. When you don't cognize, it is not there. That everybody accepts. So this uh, so what we are saying is Rajju Sarpa Brahma Samakaalatvena Tadarthasya Tad Purvottara Kalayoho Abhavat. So first we say what? This Vyavartamanatam is there for the snake which you see on rope because the snake is not cognized before, okay, before the Brahma takes place on the Rajju, and the snake is not cognized after the Brahma is gone. Therefore, it is there only when you are cognizing it or when it appears. Okay, once we say this, what now he comes back. Nacha Rajjuhu api Tadrigeva. Rajju also is like that. Okay. If he says that, what do we say? No. Why? Rajju Jnanat Pragapi Tat Sattva. Okay. So this Rajjujnana is there even before you knew the snake as rope. The rope jnanam is there in some form. What is that? That's what we say as the adhisthana. The idam amsha of the rope is known already. Without knowing that, there cannot be any adhyasa. So that's what he is saying. Anyata, indriya artha, sannikarsha. Uh, I think this is not very clear, but I think it's udbhavena or something. So that which is born due to indriya artha sannikarsha. So there is a, see, any perception is born due to the contact of the sense organ and the object, the sense object. That contact has to produce some knowledge, correct? And if you don't say that that contact doesn't produce any knowledge, means then any other rajju jnana also generally also cannot be produced due to the contact of the sense organ and the sense object. So if you say that the indriyartha sannikarsha in this case does not produce the knowledge, then rajju jnanam also cannot be produced. So rajju jnana anudaya prasanga will come. That is why what we say, at least the idam amsha is cognized by the indriyartha sannikarsha. Even in the wherever the adhyasa is seen, the indriyartha sannikarsha is producing the idam knowledge or the adhisthana jnana is there. Therefore, what he is saying, so pratibhasika pratibhasikasya eva vastunaha ajnata sattva anabhyubhagamaha. So what we say is what? Only for the pratibhasika vastu. Pratibhasikam means it only appears when you cognize it. Therefore, what we say that when it is not cognized, it is not there. So when it is not cognized, it is there. We cannot say only for the pratibhasika vastu. Okay, that's what he is saying. So ajnata sattva anabhyubhagamaha, there is a double negative here. We don't accept the existence of the pratibhasika vastu when it is not cognized. Okay, that's what he is saying. But for the vyavaharika vastu, we accept that. So vyavaharikasya vastunaha tu ajnata satta asti eva iti bhavaha. So for the vyavaharika vastu, okay, we accept the ajnata sattva. It is there. Okay, it is there only. So no problem. So that is how the siddhanta is. But then what do we say? Yadyapi sukshma drishtya, okay, ghata द्वैतम सर्वमपि रज्जु सर्पवत् प्रातिभासिकमेव तथापि स्थूलदृष्ट्या okay idam uktam iti mantavyam. So now he is putting in a note. What is the note here? See, but if you look at it subtly, sukshma drishti, okay, means even the ghatadi jnanam, the entire dvaita is like Rajju Sarpa only for us. It is all Pratibhasika only. Only the thing is how long it lasts, only the variation is there. The Sarpa Bhranti may go away immediately when you shine the light there. But the Jagat Bhranti continues till the time the Brahmajnanam takes place, correct? So only the time difference is there. So one is cognized for a longer time. And during that time, lot of vyavahara is happening. So we assign a vyavaharika satyatvam to that. So it's only relative. That's what we are saying. But relatively we accept is what is called stula drishti here, means gross, in a gross manner if you look at it. But if you look at it in a subtle manner, then even the ghatadi, the entire ghatadi dvaita prapancha, pot, etc., whatever dvaita you see, the duality itself is like Rajya Sarpa only. Okay, once we say this, what he's saying, what nanu evam Rajju Sarpavad Vyavartamanatvam Nasti eva Ghatadi Visheshanam Brahma Samakalatva Abhavat iti chet ma evam. Okay. So in this manner, what he is saying is the Ghatadi, you say that Ghatadi also are going away, correct, with Brahma Jnanam and all that. We don't accept, he is saying. So The Rajju Sarpa case, the Sarpa cognition clearly is negated. But in the same manner, the Gatadi Visheshas, which are the Vyavaharika Vastus, for them, you cannot say only the Brahma Samakalatva uh, Prapti is there, correct? So, they are there even when the the Brahma, whatever you call as Brahma, even when you don't cognize it, it is there. That's what he is saying. Okay. So, Brahma Samakalatva Bhava. So, when the Brahma is when the Brahma is there, you don't see the Gata, he is saying. And then you see the Gata. But still, if you say that Gata is Vyavaharika Satyam and Ajnata Sattva and all is there, how can you say like this? Also, they are asking here. Because you yourself has said that the Rajju continues. Therefore, what? So the Rajju is there during the Brahma also. Rajju is there before, Rajju is there after we said, correct? So keeping that in mind, he is saying Brahma Samakalatva Abhava here means it is not there only that it is cognized only during the Brahmakala, like that it is not there for the Rajju or Ghata or whatever, the Vyavaharika Vastus. That being the case, how you can say that in the Sukshma Drishti, the entire Dvaita is like Rajju Sarpa? Is their question here? Then we explain that. What if you say that it is not like what you understand? Why Vyavad Vyavaharam Brahma Kalaha Atra Vivakshitaha. So what we say that like whatever I explained, same thing is saying until the time Vyavahara is there, only it lasts. Once Brahma Jnanam takes place, the entire Vyavahara itself is Brahma only. There is no doubt about that. So the only difference, like I said, is what the Brahma Kala is very long in the case, or it can even go across birth and death. Janmantara also it continues. But that doesn't mean it is not Brahma. Just because a Brahma is lasting for a long time, it doesn't become Brahma. That is the point. So he is saying Yavad Vyavaharam Brahma Kalaha Atra Vivakshitaha. So when we say about the Sukshma Drishti, so we are talking about the Brahma lasting till the Vyavahara lasts. Once the Paramarthika Satyam is known, the Vyavahara is gone. Therefore, what he is saying now, Tathacha Ghatati Visheshanam Vyavahara Rupa Brahma Samakalatva Sadbhavadasti Vyavartamanatvam iti. So, this Vyavahara Rupa Brahma Samakalatvam is there even for Ghatadi now. Once you take the Vyavahara itself as the Brahma Kala, therefore, after that it is not there. Once the Brahma Jnanam has come, even the Ghatadi Jnanam, there is a Vyavriti is there. They are all, we don't look upon Ghata, etc. as separate. Okay, in fact, they are not even there. See, it is like the shifting of the standpoints. You see elephant in a sculpture, and once you see it as wood, where is the elephant? Elephant and all is gone, correct? Once you see it as wood, it is wood. Afterwards, even when the elephant form is there, it doesn't count, correct? Therefore, that is what we are saying. Once you see everything as Brahman, Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma, this entire Jagat is negated. It is no more there. And therefore, till that time only, Vyavahara appears as real. So that is that entire Vyavahara period is Brahmakala for us there. It is there only up to that time. So Brahmakala Samakalatum is there, uh, whatever, for the entire objective world. Okay. Once we say this, he is saying what? Brahma api evam vidameva. So na vachyam. So he is saying then Brahman also will become like that. So what do we say? No, you cannot say. Why? Brahmanaha paramarthikatvena vyavahara samakalatva bhava. So Brahman is paramarthika and it cannot have only existence until the time vyavahara is there. So vyavahara samakalatva abhava is there for Brahman because it is paramarthika satyam. So what do we say finally? Therefore what? Tasmat ghatadayaha visheshaha aparamarthaha. So now another anumana he is giving. Of course, mithyatva means aparamartha only. It is not really another anumana, but he is just using another word here. So all the ghatadayaha visheshaha aparamarthaha, they are not ultimate reality. Because what? Because vyavartamanatva, they are also, their knowledge also goes away, their cognition goes away. Iti anumanam sadhiyaha eva. So this anumana also is to be established or can be established. Whether you call it mithya or aparamartha, a slight difference we can take. Okay. So because we can give them relatively, we give them a position, but even that relative position also has to go away. So the same anumana now we can say it as ghatadayaha aparamartha vyavartamanatva. Okay. So once we say this what, then this vyavartamanatvam is the contention now, correct? Vyavartamanatvam is the hetu we are giving. Now with reference to that, the Sruta Prakashikakara has said something. So now that he is, in fact, this entire argument he has, Bellamkonda has done only to negate the Sruta Prakashikakara, whatever he has said, because that's what we are going to see now. So now he is saying that he is bringing it. Yaduktam yasmin deshe yasmin kale yasya bhavaha tasmin deshe tasmin kale tasya abhavaha yadi pratiyate tarhi sa tasya bhadakaha iti tad asat. So whatever is said, what is he is saying that what is badha? Okay, means what is negation? Means in the same place at the same time something has to be negated. Yasmin deshe, yasmin kale, yasya bhavaha, tasmin deshe, tasmin kale, tasya bhava. So wherever you saw something at the same place at the same time, you have to see its non-existence also. Only when you cognize like that, that is negated. He is saying even that niyama we do not accept. Okay, but also is asat. Why? You cannot give that niyama. Now he is going to talk about that first. What is that? Tasya tad abhava jnanena iva badaha iti niyama ayoga. The point is, you don't have to see its non-existence in the same place to say that it is negated. There is no niyama like that he is first saying. Why? Because bhavasya bhavantarena api bhadasya darshitatva. So one bhava can be negated by seeing some other existence. One existence is negated by the cognition of another existence, we are saying. This is very important for us, okay, because that's how even what we are maintaining is that Vyavartamanatvam in general itself is the hetu for Mithyatvam when we say. Then they are saying, then you see Ghata, and after that when you see Pata, does Ghata become Mithya or not is the argument, correct? We are maintaining, yes, Ghata is Mithya. Because when you see the Pata, Ghata Jnana is gone. That itself is good enough reason to conclude that Ghata is Mithya. This is the argument. So for that now he is saying you don't have to know the non-existence of a thing at a particular place to say that it is it is negated. The cognition of existence of some other thing also can negate the the existence of some other thing. So bhavasya bhavantarenapi badasya darshitatvat. So what is the drishtanta for this? So now he is giving a drishtanta. The drishtanta is nishisthanum drishtva purusha iti bhrantaha pratah punastamev sthanum drishtva purusha iti निशायम निशायाम अहम भ्रान्तः अस्मीति प्रत्येति तत्र न भ्रम प्रमयोः एककालिकत्वम् इति काल नियम योगाच्च. So there is no kala niyama Also, and also what? So here he is giving the dritanta that at night I saw a person. Actually, it is a stanu. It is a post. Okay, but it looked like as though, or it is like a dead tree trunk or something. Correct? It is a stanu, but it looked like a person to me. But I didn't really bother about that. Somebody is standing, so I saw somebody. Then came inside. I came into my home. In the morning, I go there again. Then I see only a stump of a tree. And now what? Now I know that whatever I saw at night is Brahma. Correct? There is no person or anything. It is simply a tree trunk. It appeared like a person. Now here, the existence of the tree trunk only I cognized, but that also established the erroneous cognition of Purusha, the person. So that's what he's saying. And also it didn't take place at the same time. The Purusha cognition happened at night, and the other cognition, the existence of the trunk happened at daytime. Therefore, so your niyama that it has to take place at the same place, at the same time, etc. There is no niyama like that. And also you don't even have to see the non-existence. If you cognize the existence of some other thing also, it is good enough for us. Correct? Both those, whatever you said, it does not apply. There is no niyama like that. You cannot some niyama. So we are giving you a drishtanta where your niyama is not applicable. Okay. So the Brahma Pramayoho Eka Kalikatvam also is gone. Therefore, there is no Kala Niyama. And we are only seeing the existence of the tree trunk. And from that itself, we know that the Purusha cognition is Brahma. So, like this, he is saying, once we say this word, they come back. He is saying, Nacha Nishi Jatasya Brahmaha Pratar Yavat Stanu uh, Stanu Tattva Sakshatkaram Vartate Iti Vachyam. So now they are saying, no, no, no. Whatever the Brahma you saw at night, that there is a Purusha, it is still there. It continues till the time in the morning. So, Pratar Yavat Sthanu Tattva Sakshatkaram. So, till the time in the morning you cognize the Sthanu, that Brahma continues. Therefore, we can say Samakalikatvam is there and all that. Correct? So, that's what he is saying. But if you say that this Brahma is there till the morning, you cannot say. Why? Madhyakale Ananta Jnananam Jatatva Nashatvacha. So, in between time, so many things you have cognized. You cannot, countless things you can cognize in between. Each cognition is momentary. So so many cognitions were there, they came and they went. So jatatvat nashtatvat. And taihi brahmajnanasya bhadaha avasyam vachyaha eva iti. So and also all these other cognitions anyway have negated the Brahma you can say. So it did not last all the time. Nahi purva jnanam abadhitva uttara jnanam surupalabham bhajate. Again, without the negation of the purva jnanam, the uttara jnanam cannot reveal, okay, or its nature cannot be cognized. Surupalabham bhajate. So each cognition comes by destroying the previous cognition, correct? That's what we are saying. Here, badhitva means basically nashayitva only, or removing. So each cognition is born by destroying the previous cognition, or when the previous cognition is destroyed, only the new cognition comes. Therefore, you cannot say that it is still continuing and all that. Once we say this, what now he is saying, this Badhya Badhaka Bhava need not be there just because a new cognition has come. Just because a new cognition has come, you cannot say it has negated or it has destroyed the previous cognition. So he is saying, Kincha Badhya Badhaka Bhave Bhavatu Nama Vivadaha. So you can have a Vivada or a debate. In fact, we will have that later. It will come. So right now he is saying Whether this Badhya Badhaka Bhava is there between the new cognition and the previous cognition can be debated, but what cannot be negated, negated is what Badhitasya Vyavrittau tu nasti vivadaha. So whatever is negated does not continue, correct? Whatever is negated is removed. It does not continue anymore. There is no vivada on that. Okay. There is no debate. Everybody accepts that whatever is negated is no more cognized. It is gone. It is Nivarta Manatvam is there or Vyavarta Manatvam is there for that. So there is no debate on that. So at least that much we agree that Badhitasya Vyavritau tu nasti vivadaha Avyavrittau Badhitatvam asya eva asiddhehe. So if it does not go away, Avyavrittau sati, then what? You cannot talk about any Badhitatvam. So Badhitatvam means Vyavritatvam is definitely there. That much everybody has to accept. Okay. And having accepted that what tathacha Vyavartamanatva matrasya katham paramarthya ahetutvam. So if you accept that, then how can you say that Vyavartamanatvam cannot be a hetu for aparamartha? Again, it is double negative here. We have to understand correctly. So he's just asking, why are you objecting to Vyavartamanatvam as a hetu? Okay, because the Vyavartamanatva itself is due to Badhita only, we are saying. Paramparaya Badhitatvam is there anyway. So now these people are arguing there can be a Badhitatvam or there can be a Vyavartamanatvam without Badhitatvam. So there are two types of Vyavartamanatvam. One is Badhita Vyavartamana, one is Abadhita Vyavartamana and all that. That argument, in fact, we will not accept. So that we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.